Hello guys, welcome back to Simulated Heaven. As you can see, I'm going to bring you some iRacing footage here. Usually I would do a race and I would do some kind of a commentary on the race, but this time I decided not to do the race, and I will try to explain why in this video. I'm driving the new Kia vehicle that was just released on iRacing a short time ago. Now, first of all, I really do like this vehicle. It's a really fun vehicle, and it's really good because I was kind of getting a bit bored of the Volkswagen. I've been running the Volkswagen a lot in the Grand Touring Cup, and I was kind of struggling really to get up into, or I was kind of struggling with the McLarens and the more powerful vehicles. So having the Kia is great because it means that I can actually do a series with a vehicle that I can handle a bit better. So I'm kind of thinking I want to do the whole series in the Kia. It's basically a series they have on iRacing with the Kia and with the Cadillac. And I'm hoping if I do a 1 or 2 seasons of this series, maybe after that I might be ready to step up to the faster cars like the McLarens. Now, I think from this replay you can kind of see why I didn't do the race. This is a practice that I recorded. I've been practicing, I don't know, usually I like to practice a little bit at a time, especially if I'm on my own. Like when I used to practice with other friends who play the game, I used to be able to practice a bit longer. But if I'm just on my own, I have a strategy where I will practice for like half an hour or 40 minutes a day after work, because I find that if I try and practice too much in a day, I get kind of annoyed and frustrated, and I need to come back to it again fresh. So I'd already done a couple of hours of practice in the week. Maybe altogether it might be up to 3, I don't know. But I had to practice after work pretty much every day this week for like half an hour, 40 minutes, and then I practice again over the weekend. I was hoping like to do the race on the Saturday or the Sunday, but as you can see, somehow even after doing that amount of practice, I don't feel 100% happy with how I'm driving this car, this track. I know this track quite well, but I just couldn't seem to get this car well, you know, I couldn't really go around the track fast enough, and it wasn't really consistent enough. If I was able to do a 125 lap every time really consistently, I think I would have done the race. But right now I'm struggling to even do a 125. A 125 is the fastest I've ever driven this vehicle on this track, but I was not happy because loads of the laps I was doing were like 126s and all, you know. I was really struggling to get a consistent 125, and as you can see, I was really being kind of careless. The series of corners that I just did are actually very, very important on this track. That is one of the major reasons whether you do a good lap or a bad lap. And unfortunately, I just couldn't seem to get the car working well through those series of corners. And it's like I said, if you can't really do that, you're going to be in trouble, you know. So it was kind of a shame. I tried. I felt like, I think it was the Friday, after practicing on Friday, I felt like I was going to be able to do it, because that was, I think, when I cracked 125 for the first time, and I thought I was going to actually be able to crack it and do it consistently, but I kind of lost my way. And yeah, as you can see, I'm still not happy with the way that I'm driving around this track. So I thought I would just rather than do a video of the race, I would just show you a video of me on this track doing a bit of a practice to kind of explain why I didn't actually do the race. Just, you know, the important series of corners, I just couldn't seem to get it right, you know. You see here, this is the corner that I'm basically talking about. Basically, if I was to do that corner 5 times, maybe 1 or 2 times if I'm very lucky, I would be able to do it well, and then the other times I would just kind of mess it up. And it's such an important series of corner on this track, because that is, well, after you get the exit out of that final corner, there's a very long straight. So obviously if you can come out of that final corner in that series of corners really well, it means that it's going to really help your lap time. I found that exactly the same. The last time I raced on this track, I was racing the MP4 on here, and again it was exactly the same, but for some reason with the MP4 I was able to get that series of corner much more sorted. With this car, maybe it's just a bigger, heavier vehicle, I don't know, but I just couldn't quite seem to get it in the way that I wanted on that series of corners. And also the last series of corners, I don't know, I just was really struggling to get into 125s, and it was really a shame. But you know, if this happens, I will miss the race, and I will obviously, hopefully when this race is up again next season, then I can actually build. And you see that time I did it really badly. I was way too wide on the exit, which means you can't accelerate out of the corner as well. So then hopefully the next time that this race is up, then I'll be able to build on the practice I did this time. So it's no big deal. I mean, it's very important in iRacing that you only go into a race when you feel very happy, very, very comfortable with your speed and everything. I mean, of course I could coast around at the back doing slower lap times and I would be okay, but I find that kind of boring, so I decided I would maybe miss out this time and try to, like I said, the next time this race is up, do a few more hours of practice, and hopefully next time kind of get it a bit more sorted. I'm also not sure whether the setup I'm using is great. I'm really not very good at setting up cars on my own, so I usually will have a look online, see who has other setups and things like that. And because this car is quite a new car, it doesn't have that much online. I was able to find a couple of guides and things like that that helped me. Now that time I did that corner a bit better, you see. That seemed a bit better to me that time, but still not great. I was really finding in that series of corners I would either go into it too fast or too slow. I couldn't get my speed right, you know. So it's kind of a shame. But yeah, like I said at the start of this video, I am really liking this car. It's a really nice car. I mean, it's a shame you have to pay for it, but I suppose they have actually given us other cars for free. Like they gave us the Cadillac free, I believe. You see, now I was going way too wide. So yeah, so I suppose it's fair enough you have to pay for this one, and I was more than happy to pay. It is a nice car. But yeah, one other observation that I would make with this vehicle on this track is that I found that I was very often right on the edge of the curbs. I mean, I'll actually show you. I found you had to be really careful with the exit of the corners. Like, you had to make sure you're accelerating out of the corners, obviously, but you have to do, I think you have to be really careful, because if not, this is going to happen. I was often finding on this track that the car was very often right on the limit of the curbs, and that would be where, well, that's where it has to be for you to get a good lap time, but it's very easy to overdo it and then end up on the grass. I mean, yeah, so it's kind of a shame, but anyway. Okay guys, so I hope you enjoyed this video. It's just to let you know why I didn't do this race, and also to kind of let you guys know that I am still racing in iRacing. I'm not mega hardcore. I don't do like hours of practice every day. Like, there are other people that only play this game, but I have so many other games that I like to play that, yeah, of course I don't have the time to spend hours all the time practicing. I mean, I only really do that if I'm on holiday. If I'm on a holiday and I have a lot of hours in the day, maybe then I'll start to play a bit more hardcore, but usually it's like I explained earlier in the video, I usually just practice a little bit after work every day, try to get ready and do a race every Saturday. I will also try to keep you guys updated with the series that I am racing. I'll try and do a video every week to explain about the race and everything like that. So thank you for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. So thank you and goodbye.